Okay, have a good day.
Just two toonies in her hand. Hello.
Hello, hi.
Welcome.
On that note.
Oh, and the pineapple and lemon.
Woohoo! On the YouTube.
Yes, we are. What are we doing today?
We have a TV show.
Yes, we
today.
do. As a matter of fact, I've seen the show in its entirety.
I've seen like 85% of it.
Yeah. So today we're watching Kim's Convenience.
Another Canadian brought
Yes.
to you TV show.
We here love Canadian TV shows.
We're very proud of our Canadian films and TV shows.
You were kind of talking about like your history with the show. Like, were you watching it when it was airing, or did you just pick it up later?
When it first started airing, I don't believe that we were watching it. So we probably started watching it more live on like the later seasons, but I'm not overly familiar with it. It's also been a really long time since I've seen it. This is one I have seen.
I started watching it, I think 2020, to be honest with you. When I first started, I was having a little bit of a rough time in my life. So this was definitely a comfort show to me. So it's got a nice little spot in my heart.
You the warm fuzzies.
Yeah, I have only watched this through once, the entire show. So this is the first time I've gone back and rewatched any of it.
But for those who haven't seen Kim's Convenience, I will give you the very short plot summary from IMDb. The misadventures of a Korean-Canadian family running a convenience store.
Okay.
That's it. That's all you need to know. I mean, I feel like that's pretty accurate.
Yeah, it's very much slice of life type show anyway. So
Yes.
I guess, sure, that's the description that we're going with.
Yeah, for sure.
Messy poster. Who made? Get the refund, huh?
Like, he's like, look, whoever was the graphic designer on this, bad job.
Why can't you be quiet, respectful gay, huh? Like Anderson Cooper, you know? Neil Patrick Harris, you know?
He's not quiet.
That boy will sing.
This is discrimination against the homos, and it's a hate crime, and I'm gonna report it.
I don't think any of that was hateful. He just commented that the poster seemed messy, not anything against what was on the poster.
This is a cute little theme song because it's pretty short, but you get to see everybody and you get to see some of the places, some nice color. Oh, also just cool, they say in the opening credits here, it's based off a play.
Oh.
So Kim's Convenience, it has toured in our city. Like, we could have gone to see it.
Oh,
but
I didn't know that.
Yeah, just
I
based.
live under a rock.
I believe Appa was, like, that actor was in the original one.
Oh, nice.
I'm not 100%. I know someone is from this cast.
Yeah. I mean, it probably would have been him before he started getting all of his bigger roles.
Yeah, because now the actor that plays Appa, he's in like a bunch of
big name things.
Star Wars. He was in the new Avatar show. Like, he's doing stuff.
He
so.
is perfect as Uncle Iroh.
Yes.
The only person that should have been cast, and we are so glad that got cast as him.
Very happy.
New church directory. So many boys to choose from.
All their numbers right there.
I go to church, find the Jesus, find cool Christian Korean boy.
I like that part of her reasoning is he's also cool though, right? Like, that's what you're looking for. I have not been to Pride in Toronto.
I was just about to ask you if you've been to one.
But
I have not.
I can imagine the streets are full of people. It'll be a jam-packed kind of day.
I am so the gay.
That woman just comes in smiling.
She's like, what did I walk into?
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey.
what are you guys doing?
Also, sitcom jobs, like a car dealership, first time I've seen it. You know, like, it's kind of cool to see different jobs and locations to add to sitcom, not just office space kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or like police precinct. Yeah.
Depends. Where are you gonna wine and dine me?
Also, this is pre-Marvel Simu.
It is.
He's not quite as jacked as he will be. I mean, he's still definitely like, he's got muscles.
Yeah,
but,
for sure. He's got the foundation.
Yeah.
Hi, Janet. I'm Shannon, Chung's manager. And I like to think friend.
Shannon as a character is such an interesting person because of like the way she starts, like absolutely just fawning over him, right?
Yeah.
But how
In a
they're
not so obvious way.
yeah, like in a
It's
very,
so obvious.
very
It's
clear.
so obvious.
But like how that evolves as the series goes on, I don't know if many series would have done what they do with her character.
Yeah, for sure.
No spoilers yet, but like
Yeah. I love that she's very like bumbly and like,
Yeah.
you know.
but she's still like very competent at her job, you know, like
Yeah,
she's
she
in a
knows what she's
higher
doing.
position.
Yeah.
He's more popular now. Everybody switch aside.
So clearly the show is generational differences and cultural differences.
Yes.
But to come out first episode swinging, they are being like, hey, we are going to talk about these conversations because I'm sure the creator has had these conversations with their parents or with other people in their circle, right?
Oh, sorry. I didn't see you come in.
Do we know what part of Toronto this is supposed to be in? Like
I've never
the
found
actual
it.
store?
I never like
Looked
came
at it?
across it when I lived there. Yeah, we walked by it,
Mm-hmm.
but we probably weren't aware of it.
Yeah, and it
at
would look
the time.
different.
But yeah, we would have walked by it quite a few times. Oh my gosh, the old 20s.
I love that that's old 20s now. Like,
She is going to die. Alone.
I feel
So
like
dramatic.
maybe that pause was a little misleading.
I don't know. Feels like me. Feels like home.
Honestly, a much nicer answer. Like,
Than some of the answers that most would have given.
yeah.
I love how they're like having like honest, like open conversations. Like it was a genuine question.
Yeah.
Like why do you do this?
I do think like you have to be able to both come to a conversation open because a lot of times one party is not, right?
For sure.
So I do think that makes a difference in this case, that it's not like on Appa's end, it's not malicious. It is, it's partly ignorance, to be honest,
Yes.
but to at least be
But he's
asking.
also educating himself at the same time by asking these questions. So
Yeah.
as much as it is ignorance and the fact that he just did not know this.
But he could also find a better way to get those answers than just like asking strangers, you know, like.
Yeah, for sure.
I never think she just steal. I wonder, but I never think.
Same thing.
Yeah. Look, you can wonder about things.
We know he just steal.
Family drama.
I love it.
Play, like at this point, obviously it's a bit more hyperbolic, but this is like a big crux of the series is like how this family stays together or
yeah.
falls apart, you know?
I told you he'd ask.
Look, you gotta prep for the test. Okay, we're on to episode 2.
Yeah, midterm project.
I do remember all these episodes. I'm pretty sure I started watching it from the beginning.
Yeah.
I just did not.
Maybe you just missed like here and
Refresh.
there little bits.
Yeah,
and
I think
bobs.
so. Steven has a bad habit of continuing when I'm not around.
Right.
They're not very.
He just forcibly takes it.
Show me your portfolio.
It's like, give me this.
Like the worst thing to do to an art student when they're not ready.
Yeah.
I like that we can see just enough that we know.
Yeah, just enough to know what it is.
Yeah.
being shown.
We celebrate by you taking out the garbage.
What a celebration.
That's what I've been waiting for.
I really want to take the garbage out.
What if she got the worst mark?
Had to clean the whole store,
Yeah.
stock the whole store, take out all the garbages, clean the toilet.
In art school, everything is just talking, drinking $5 coffee and making art for yourself.
$5 coffee.
Oh, that's cheap.
Yeah.
Give it a couple years and then you can wish for that $5 coffee.
We find an iPod, boom, we got a new iPod.
Pretty sure that's not what you're supposed to do.
Shannon's watching you like a hawk.
She's watching because someone keeps stealing the iPods.
How many iPods are they finding on a regular basis?
Apparently a lot.
OCAD is university. Then why is it called Ontario College of Art and Design?
Isn't okay?
It is a university.
Yeah.
It is very hard to get into.
Yeah, like top art program.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. Oh, I have a BMW.
Wow, no, you don't say.
I can't believe. Yeah, that was definitely an open invitation for you to talk more about your fancy car.
Totally went over her head.
When I picture someone under me, working under me, that someone looks a lot like you.
I love that he's not even like phased.
I know,
at all
he's
by
just
it.
like-
like taking it all in.
He's like, it is what it is. Do you think like people just hit on him all the time that he's used to it, or he's just very oblivious?
I think part of it is he's just that oblivious.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what makes it super funny.
Well, just my one cat, and then there's these 2 other cats that hang around, so.
So
You're doing yourself so many favors.
3
sweetheart.
cats.
I found a cake in the trunk of a car. Would a doctor find a cake?
Hopefully not.
Oh yeah, I would hope not.
Cut open for surgery. Don't want a cake in there.
Full cake.
No more kimbap. How is this better?
See, there goes dinner. Now I
Yeah.
gotta figure something else out.
I mean, you're also dissuading him from getting a better paying job, though.
Right?
So nice at talking.
What is going on?
Is this a bribe?
A bribe to not hire my son.
Okay, have a good day.
Just two toonies in her hand.
I love it.
I want to see more toonies on my screen.
Right?
It's always so funny.
You is jealous of Janet because she has such a great dad.
I think this is a big conversation right now of you want things to be better for the next generation, but then people feel like they have gotten slighted. So it's almost like they resent that things are better, but that's the goal, right?
Yeah. Like, because you can only control your controllables, right?
Yeah.
A lot of like the environment around you, the economy, like those are things that are not within your control. So,
But I think just in general, like, especially if you're like a loving parent, you want things for your kids, right? So I get the jealousy of like you're giving them something better that you didn't have, but that's also like what you want to do.
But that's
right?
kind of what you said when you were going to have the kid to start, is like, I'm going to create a better life for them, let them have all the opportunities that I didn't have.
Yeah.
So 100%. So it kind of like hurts a bit to see them succeed and go off and do all the things that they want to do. And you're like, it's kind of bittersweet because like, I would have loved to have done that, but I didn't get to do it.
I really hope you get that job.
Oh, now you're changing your tune when there's only an egg in the cupboard.
In the cupboard, not even the fridge.
Yeah.
Or on the counter. It's in the cupboard.
Well, you gotta keep your egg in the shade. Don't want too much sun on that
Yeah,
egg.
right. Can't too much sun.
Can't take away somebody's half-finished book.
Totally remember what page I was on. Okay, well, first 2 episodes of Kim's Convenience.
Yes, this is definitely, like we were saying, slice of life sitcom. So it's very easy to just throw on a few episodes at a time and not even realize how quickly they go by.
Yeah. Well, like they're 20-minute episodes, right? So it's really quick. That's kind of something we don't get a lot nowadays. This is like a quick 20-minute episode just to throw on while you're quickly eating lunch or dinner or something before or in between when you have a quick break. Most shows nowadays are like an hour.
Yeah.
It was kind of great to like rewatch it again because it's definitely just as funny as I remember it.
Yeah.
It's such an easy watch. Like I have like such a great time watching it.
Yeah, we were definitely laughing throughout it. We were kind of saying this is a show that does have deeper themes, but it's told in a comedy format. So it's easier to get different like generations to watch it, or for people that like maybe they don't even realize they start thinking about these things more, like the generational differences, the cultural differences, the money problems that they have with the store. Like there's a bunch of different things this show touches on, but they do it in a way that eases you in that you don't even realize it really.
It's just a fun watch.
Yeah, it is nuanced in certain ways that maybe like a more broad comedy doesn't really have. And especially, dysfunctional family life, there is something very particular about having a son that's estranged. You don't often see that in sitcoms, but also how, like Appa and Janet were just like super hard fighting, but then, he doesn't really apologize, but he kind of like that's the way he does it. Like
this is his way of apologizing for being a dingus earlier.
Like you can recognize these things in actual real family units. I think that's what's making this show stand out a lot, where it's not like these characters, like some sitcom, completely exaggerated, would never exist in real life, right?
Yeah.
Like you can see everyone on the show and be like, I recognize that as a real person, those attributes.
It feels very real, like lived in, and each moment, each argument was like carefully scripted. Because like, yes, I could, I've had arguments like that with my parents.
Yeah.
And like, even like, you know what I mean? Like even with my partner, like you have those conversations where all you can just say is scream and walk away. Like,
but it sorts out,
But it resolves itself at the end of the day, right? Which I love. I just love how very realistic it is.
Yeah, and I do think I remember some plot points more than others. And there is more serious points like later on as the show goes. Like it's not always like light and fluffy and airy. Like clearly there is still a core problem in the way the kids and the parents interact with each other. So like you can't live like that forever.
There's a boiling point.
Yeah, right? So as the show goes on, you get to learn more with these characters and how they all respond to each other. But then also like we're having a laugh while we're watching it.
So I definitely recommend, if you haven't seen it, Go check it out. If you have seen it, let us know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Do you have like a favorite character? Have you been to Kim's Convenience? Because it is a legit place. Like you can go into it in Toronto. We're always open for recommendations. So if you have any suggestions like film, TV, we'll add them to our long list, and whether we cover them on the podcast or YouTube or we just watch them on our personal time, we are going to try to tackle our long list. It keeps growing.
Always open to more suggestions.
Yes,
check
definitely.
us out, Pineapple and Lemon Podcast, where we're posting about once a month right now.
Yeah, for sure. Our podcast episodes tend to be a lot longer, a lot more conversational based. Like we have like some pretty like long and good chats about some topic. What are your thoughts? What are some recommendations or suggestions that we could add to the podcast or to the channel?
Yeah, and don't get bribed by any toonies today.
No toonie bribes.
Hold out for those old 20s.
The old 20s. You got to keep an eye out for the old 20s.
Yes.
If you're Canadian, you totally get the reference. If
You'll
you're
know.
not, you won't know. Google it.
Yeah. Thank you so much for watching with us.
It's been a blast and a half.
Had a really good time.
As always.
You could like this video.
Or subscribe, even better.
If you want to see something for us to watch in the future, like a movie or a TV show, please let us know in the comments.
And we'll get on that right away for you.
Yeah.
Woohoo!